Hello everyone, Whitebox here with yet another game of Spirit Island. So I'm on to my second to last spirit in this series of just exploring the new nature incarnate spirits, and it is Dancing Up Earthquakes, or Dances Up Earthquakes, excuse me. So this is a traveling spirit of movement and movement's deep power, circling a bright leap of flame, dancing atop dark mysteries of night and earth. It roams the island as its visions and will to motion bid, dancing with and among whomever it finds. The waves on the shore, the animals of the jungle, the spirits, the trees, the Dahan, and especially the earth itself. The Dahan learned long ago that if the land dancer was aware of them, village-wrecking earthquakes became much rarer. Through this, they found that many spirits appreciate, and gain power from, various patterns of dance and rhythm, in addition to those of line, shape, and word. So this spirit, I was very excited for in the preview. I think the art is fantastic. It's my favorite looking of these spirits. I have heard that this spirit is bonkers in how powerful it is. I haven't looked at any strategies or anything though, so I don't know if there's like a specific way that you have to play them in order to hit those power levels, or if you can just kind of do whatever. So I'm gonna just kind of go into it blind and see how I do. And maybe it is that powerful. Maybe just playing it for the first time, it won't be apparent that it is. So I'm kind of hoping for that, honestly. But my setup here is I put one presence in my starting board in the highest numbered land with Dahan. I start with 6 unique power cards, which is cool. I think I've got all of them right here. And 0 energy. And I set the Quake tokens nearby, which I've got right here. So unique token for this spirit specifically. I'm still not sure how I feel about spirits having tokens that are unique just to them. I think having vitality tokens that are used by one of the new spirits and a couple of aspects, maybe power cards too, I don't know. I think that's fine. I'm not sure how I feel about these Quake tokens and the Deeps tokens for the ocean aspect, but I haven't played with them yet, so we'll see how it goes. But the playstyle here is very much about tempo and timing. Can play high cost powers extremely easily, but they won't take effect until later in the game. Faces a constant tension between solving problems now and carefully planning ahead for big turns in the future, and neglecting either one can be disastrous. Despite starting with 6 unique powers, benefits greatly from gaining more. So this is very high complexity, good offense, good utility, mix of everything else, and it does use these Quake tokens. Alright, so I'm going to use teal as my marker, and let's go into the board and see what it looks like. Hopefully you can see that clearly. It looks okay on my screen. So growth, it's pick one, add a presence on every track option except for the first one, because you can add a presence or gain a major power without forgetting, which is pretty cool. So that's neat. But it can gain a presence every turn. I guess I would call this a 0-1-1 spirit, because you can choose whether to gain that presence with the first one or not. Top track, let's see. Let me read the special rules first so I understand what's going on with all this stuff. So special rules here, begin a dance of decades. Whenever you would play a power card, you may instead pay any amount of energy onto the card to make it an impending card, setting it aside out of play for use on a future turn. It doesn't provide elements. It's still your power card, so it can be forgotten while it's impending, maybe for events or for gaining new powers. Rhythmic power builds to a cataclysmic crescendo. When you gain energy from your presence track, also gain impending energy onto each power card made impending on a previous turn. If any impending powers now have energy on them at least equal to their cost, you discard that energy and play them, and that costs no card plays. So that's how you can play like a cost 8 power card right from the first turn. You just put no energy on it, and over time you put energy on it to eventually play it. So let's see, so that goes on to each power card made impending on a previous turn. Okay, cool. And there are ways to like tune the timing of it, because I think you get like growth 3 here. This turn you can gain +1 or -1 energy on up to 2 impending cards. So that's why you can kind of tune it with timing, so that you have more cards popping at once, do bigger things, hit more of your innate, and stuff like that. So Land Creeks with Tension is one of the innate powers. If you have at least one impending card, add one Quake token in one of your lands. In one of your lands, defend 1 per impending card, max 3. If you have at least 3 impending cards, add 1 Quake token in one of your lands, and in one of your lands, defend 1 per impending, max 3. Okay, so you can get good defense. This is a pretty low threshold. 2 moon, 3 earth. Let's see, it looks like there is an earth on the tracks, so there's a moon on the tracks as well. So moon, fire, earth. Actually, moon and fire. Interesting. Okay, so that's pretty low threshold to get the highest level of Land Creek's retention, so you want to be getting lots of Quake tokens and using that for defend, so even while you're not playing cards and you just have them impending, you can still affect the board. I guess that's how it works. And then Earth Shudders, Buildings Fall, so this is the big one. So slow power, range 0, targets a lane with Quake tokens. The symbol, or the blank card symbol, is the number of power cards you have in play, so if all of your impending cards come into play at once, that's how you can get the highest level of this. But if you have 3, you can get 2 damage per Quake token to towns and cities only. If you have 5, you can get 1 fear in any number of lands with Quake tokens, 2 damage per Quake token to towns and cities only, remove 1 Quake token. So that can do it all over the board. And then finally, 2 fear in each land where you removed Quake tokens, 1 damage to each invader. So that's what lets you kill explorers too, is getting that bottom level. So that's pretty cool. Alright. I guess 7 seems like a lot, but it seems like if you have your impending cards kind of timed out correctly, it's probably not too difficult to get 7 cards in play at once. We'll see how that works. So let me go here. It starts with 2 card plays, so that's good. So it's a major power spirit, so starting with 2 card plays means I probably don't have to go down bottom track. You also don't get another card play until very late in that track. So what do you get before then? You get elements, which is nice. Gather 1 to Han in 20 of your lands, so counterattacks and stuff like that. Plus 1 play for impending only. That's cool. You also get one of those from the top track, though. Okay, neat. Alright, let me go over the power cards, and I'll get started. And there are 6, so it'll take a little while. So I've got Inspire a Winding Dance. It's slow, range 1. Push up to 1 explorer or town, gather up to 1 to Han. Cool. Got Exaltation of Echoed Steps. Target spirit may push 1 presence, bringing up to 1 thing along with it. You may do likewise. So in true solo, I can target myself with that, so I will push 1, I can do it twice. So that's pretty good. I'll be able to move a lot of stuff around. Gift of Seismic Energy. If you target yourself, gain 3 energy. Otherwise, that's a 3-cost card too. Otherwise, target spirit gains 1 energy per power card you have in play. Max 6. Don't count your impending cards. That's potentially a lot. You can give somebody 6 energy. That's cool. Radiating Tremors. 2 damage. You may push any number of Quake tokens, dividing them as evenly as possible between adjacent lands. Okay, cool. Resounding Footfall, Sow Dismay. 1 fear, add 1 Quake token, skip all Ravage actions. 3 cost is quite a bit. But, you can set that up in the beginning as an impending card to kind of pay that down, really. So that's cool. And then we got Rumblings Portend a Greater Quake. If you have at least as many impending cards as power cards in play, 1 fear and add 1 Quake token, and push up to 3 to Han. Alright. So it'll take a little bit of mental energy to kind of grok what's going on here, but I don't know that it's going to be too bad. At least from looking at it, there's a lot of unique rules, so I can definitely see why it's very high complexity. But just on the surface, it seems a little bit easier than the other very high complexity spirits, or at least Finder and Fractured Days, because those spirits really complicate the board for everybody in very, very crazy ways. Starlight, not so much. So it is more on the Starlight level, I think. So let me flip my initial Explorer. Mountains. And then I'll be good to go. I'm going to be playing on board A. So Mountains is pretty good Explorer, because I can mostly ignore it. I can probably get that Tahan out of land 6, just let them bite both lands and then deal with other stuff. I don't know, we'll see what happens. And then I go into growth. So I probably want to gain a power card, add a presence. I don't think I want to gain a major just yet. I have nothing in discard, so it doesn't really make sense. I think my power cards are fine. It doesn't really make sense to do growth 3 either, because I have nothing to reclaim and no impending cards to set my energy threshold on. So let's go with this. Or I could just do a turn 1 major. You know, that's a fun thing to do anyway. Maybe just Gift of Seismic Energy, get rid of that. Why not? I'm gonna go for it. This does have good elements and stuff, but and it's one that I can, I guess, set up for timing to try to trigger Earthshudder's Buildings Fall. It's interesting. I'm not sure the right timing for taking a major on this spirit. I'm gonna go minor. I'm gonna stick with my unique powers. First games, I don't like forgetting unique powers, especially not before I get to use them. So let's take a look. So I've got Shadows of the Burning Forest. It's got no Earth. I'm really looking for cards with Earth, but I don't have anything with Earth and Moon or Earth and Fire. Just Renewing Boon, which is okay. Importance of Disaster. It's got Moon, but nothing else. Roiling Bog and Snagging Thorn is the replacement card that was added in this expansion for growth through sacrifice. It does have Moon and Fire. Let's see, 1 Fear, Isolate, Defend 2. 1 Dahan does not participate in Ravage. I mean, it's not bad. It's a free card. It's just free Fear, basically, so... Only 1 Fear. I think I want to do Shadows of the Burning Forest. I don't have the range to get into those lands, so Shadows of the Burning Forest actually is not going to help me. Alright, I'll just do, I'll get the new card. I probably won't keep it. I think I'll forget it for a major next turn. But I've got Roiling Bog and Snagging Thorn. I guess it's ranged from a Sacred Site, which I don't have yet, so we'll see what happens with that. I might not even play it, I don't know. I want to get closer to these lands, so I think I'll go... I can go get a move. Move makes sense for Dancing Spirit, so let's go here. Unlocking top. Get 1 energy. I can move a presence 1, so I will do that. Set up a Sacred Site in that land. And I think I'll set my impending cards, so I'll just do it here and just leave them up there so you can see. Okay, neat. Neat. See, I don't need to do that. And I guess free cards you can't really make impending, because as soon as the cost is paid, then it's put in play. So it needs to have a cost. The free cards just go into play right away. So I want to get some impending cards out. So let's go with Resounding Football, Sow Dismay. So I'm placing that as an impending card, so it will not be used just yet. And that's that there. So let's go into fast cards, fast powers. And then the energy that gets added happens before the card plays, so I don't get an energy on that just yet, but that's fine. So yeah, I'll be able to use defense instead, so I'm okay with that. Okay, cool. So that's fine. So I'm done with fast powers, done with everything else. I don't have any elements, so we go into the invader phase, flip an event for timing, and then build in mountains. Explore jungle. Alright. I have no slow powers, so immediately time passes and I go back to a new turn. I think this time I want to get a major, because why not? That's what the spirit's all about. So, I've got some interesting choices. I've got Voice of Command, which is a nice one. Not really lining up with the elements that I have. Bargains of Protection and Power and Protection. Which is just extra defend, gain 1 less energy per turn. It's a really good card, but yeah, we'll see. Walls of Rock and Thorn, it's got Earth, which is great. 2 damage. I'll probably be able to get cards. Yeah, I do have Gift of Seismic Energy, so I can Threshold that. I think Thresholded, it's a pretty good card, especially getting Badlands out since I'm doing damage. That will be nice. Targets mountains and jungles only, but I've got mountains and jungles out, so why not? And then Melt Earth into Quicksand, also very good. Also limited in its targeting. Getting 4 water. Actually, no, I do have 4 water, so I can hit that threshold too. So that would be good to clear out the city in A2. After invaders are moved. And I do have the ability to push stuff in there. That's cool. So I'm between Walls of Rock and Thorn and Melt Earth into Quicksand. I think Walls of Rock and Thorn is cool because I can use that in A3 next turn. Adds defense, so we get counterattacks, isolates, it does a lot of stuff. Yeah, why not? I'm going to go with that one. And I'm just going to forget Railing Bog and Stacking Thorn. So that's fine. Alright, so Walls of Rock and Thorn is my card. I'm going to go Presence. Let's go from top again. I want to go into one of these lands. This one needs a Sacred Site, but it's range 2, so not too hard to hit. Alright, now I've got my Presence phase, which a couple things happen. So first, I get 1 energy myself, and then get to put 1 energy onto Resounding Footfall, So Dismay. So that's 2 energy away. I also get to move a Presence 1. Let's go. Let's see. I have 2 card plays. Why did I only play 1 last turn? I should have played 2. That's alright. So I can get, let's go with Walls of Rock and Thorn. I'm gonna pay for that, I think. Because I want it to proc next turn, so I'm gonna pay 2 on that. And then I have 0 energy left, so I can play my 0 energy card or set up one of my my innates, but I want to get Land Creeks with Tension so I can defend a little bit. So let's get Inspire a Winding Dance as well. I didn't move my Presence either, so I can move Presence 1. Let's go with targets myself. I'll just start moving over this direction, I guess. Okay. And 1 quake in one of your lands. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. So now I go to fast powers. I have the land quakes with tension. So if I have at least one impending card, I add one quake token in one of my lands. Let's go here. Then in one of my lands, defend one per quake token that I have, which is 2. Impending card. There's a lot of terminology with the spirit that's unique. So I'm going to defend 2 up in a 6. And that's it. So now I go to the invader phase. So we've got an event, Years of Little Rain. Terrible drought parches the island. You may let the plants wither and let the plants die and the land wither. For each board, discard the top minor power. If it lacks water, add 1 blight to a sands. Then towns, cities, and Dahan have -1 health until the end of the turn, which I don't love, actually. Or act to ease the drought. The cost is 4 energy per player aided by water. Each spirit may add 1 presence to one of their lands with Dahan. So I definitely want to do that. I don't have any energy. I would have to forget... Really? Yeah, I guess I would. I'm going to have to forget a card for it. So I'm going to forget Exaltation of Echoed Steppes. It's a shame. I think that card would be really, really good in true solo. But that pays for acting to ease the drought. I'm going to stick with going top track and see how that works out. Well, the bottom seems cool too. Let's go there. Or no, it has to be a land with Dahan. Okay, beast attack. Each beast deals 2 damage. Invaders there. And then Caney defense. During Ravage and every land, defend 1 per Dahan in the land. Cool. Alright, now we get the Ravage. They are going to Ravage in A1. A6, now defended 3. Dahan will fight back and kill that town. Build in jungle. Explore jungle and sands. Cool. That works out alright, actually, for the first one. Alright, that's fine by me. Next up, we go to a slow powers. That's all I have. So I've got Inspire, Winding Dance. I can push up to 1 Explorer or Town, and gather up to 1 Dahan. So... I think I'd like to stop one of these builds, I think. Probably this one because it's just the land with Blight. So I'm going to push this guy here because I'm going to have a lot of damage there, a lot of defend. So I think that's fine. What will I have? 4 damage. I will fight back. Yeah, that should be just enough. So I'm going to go in there, and then I'll gather this Dahan. Why not? Okay. Then I have Earth Shudders. No, I don't. So that's that. So I'm going to discard cards and go back to Growth. This time I'm going to go Growth 3. I'm going to add a presence from top. Let's see, 3 range. Might have to give up that Ravage in A8. But I can skip it. So yeah, let's get in there. I'm gonna be good. Then I have this turn gain +1 energy or -1 energy on up to 2 impending cards. I know this is probably not the the way that people are playing the spirit that makes it completely broken, but yeah, I'm going to add 1 energy to each of those, reclaim 1. Alright, now I go to the presence phase, which adds an additional energy on each of those. And I get 3. I'll just take a 3. So those are paid for, so those are going to happen this turn. I've got +1 play for impending cards only. I think I'm going to play Gift of Seismic Energy, so I can hit the threshold on Walls of Rock and Stone. And then I have no energy left, so let's also play Inspire Winding Dance. Should be fun. And then I'll throw some of my impending cards in as well. Radiating tremors. Okay. Well, let's see what happens with this. Cool. So that's that. Now I'm going to my fast powers. So let's see what happens with this. So begun a dance of decades. Whenever you would play a power card, setting it aside. If any impending cards now have energy on them at least equal to their cost, discard the energy and play them. So these two cards both get played. I have a bunch of cards in play now. 4. Which will let me do Earth Shudders, Buildings Fall at the first level, so that's cool. Alright, so fast powers now. So first I'm going to do Gift of Seismic Energy. I'm going to target myself, gain 3 energy. Then I'm going to do Walls of Rock and Thorn on this land here. I have the Threshold, which is just 2 earth and 2 plant, so it's going to be 4 damage. Should be a town, or a city and an explorer. Also add a Wilds. It's defended 10 because I have a Threshold. Leave that. And also add a Badlands. So that land's pretty good. Then I'm going to do Resounding Footfall, So Dismay over an A8. So that's 1 fear. Gets me my first fear card. Adds a Quake token. And skip all Ravage actions. Alright. So those are my fast powers. I also have Land Creeks with Tension. Let's go with... let's see. So I do have a bunch of Earth. I have 4 Earth right now. I have 2 fire, so I can do the... only have 1 moon, so I can do the first 3 levels of Land Creeks with Tension, so I'm going to be able to add 2 Quake tokens. Oh no, I only have 1 impending card right now, so I can only add 1 Quake token. So let's go ahead and throw that up in A8. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so that's all my fast powers, I think. I can do a defend 1 somewhere, but it really doesn't matter, so I'll just defend 1. Yeah, doesn't matter. So now we go to the event. So I've got Investigation of Dangers. On each board, add 1 Explorer to a land without invaders or Dahan. Sure. Sure. There. Then we've got Prey on the Unwary. Each beast destroys 1 explorer. Perfect. And Rouse the Spirits. Each spirit with at least 3 Dahan among its lands may use a slow power now instead of later. I do not, actually. I guess I could have moved one of my presents earlier, but it's too late now, so I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, so that's that. Now we get the Fear card. Just our level 1. Fear of the Unseen. Each player removes 1 explorer or town from a sacred site. And now we get the Ravage. So they're skipping the Ravage here. Here it's defended 10. They're doing 5 damage to the Dahan, 4 to the land. Dahan will fight back. And kill the town. Destroy the town, rather. We got a Build and Jungle and Sands. That one's empty, that one's empty. And this one, I've got that. This one gets the city. Take my markers back so I remember stuff. Explore Coastal, sure. No Explore there. Sweet, Walls of Rock and Stone, always already paying it off. Alright, no escalation, so I'm good to go to my slow powers. I have 2. So I've got Inspire, Winding Dance, and Earth Shudders, Buildings Fall. So let's do Earth Shudders, Buildings Fall first. I have the first level of it, so I can do 2 damage per Quake tokens, 2 towns and cities only. I'm going to do that right here. Do 2 damage, or 3 damage to the city, 1 to the town. Probably won't kill it, but that's okay. And then I've got Inspire Winding Dance. Let's do that over in A1. So I'm going to push that town. And then gather 1 to Han there. Alright, that's my turn. Discard cards. A lot discarded now. And then go back to growth. So what do I want to do for growth now? Can gain another major. That might be good. I'm up to 3 energy per turn. I have 3 energy. I think I don't mind that. So I'm going to reclaim. I'm going to gain a major power without forgetting. See, still not getting good earth powers. I had Indomitable Claim, which is just an absolutely busted power, and I can threshold it pretty easily. So, I mean, that's just a game ender if I wanted to go with that. Mists of Oblivion, not great. Storm Swath is a cool card. I don't think I can threshold it. I don't really have air. I actually do have air. So I could threshold that one. Now if I hit, then it's slow. Yeah, I can't threshold it this turn, so yeah, so it's not really worth it without the threshold. If I could threshold it, it'd be quite good, actually. Clear out a lot of stuff from these 3 lands. Maybe I'll just go Indomitable Claim. I don't know. Talons of Lightning, actually pretty solid. That'll deal with A2 just fine. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna skip Indomitable Claim for once. So let's just go with Talons of Lightning. It's a more fun card. I get 3 energy. Alright, I get 1 energy onto Radiating Tremors. This should have healed up. Yeah, I'm gonna be able to push those. Okay, not bad. I can just do Walls of Rock and Thorn again, or just save that until next turn so I can use it here. Got options. Okay. Well, I am gonna play Talons of Lightning as an impending card. Next turn I'll be able to get 3 energy on it. So let's put 3 energy on it this turn. So I can play it next turn. I think that'll be cool. I'll do the same with Resounding Footfall, So Dismay, so that I can get... I also get to move a presence. Let's see, where do I want to do that? I can defend this one 3, so let's go into A7. And then I want to actually play a card real time. Let's see, I want to save these 2. Or no, I have Radiating Tremors next turn, so I only need Rumblings, Portend a Greater Quake next turn in order to threshold Talons of Lightning, which is going to be really good. So for my other card, really I just want to get a moon and an earth so I can have defense. So let's play Inspire Winding Dance. Alright, that's my turn. We go to fast powers. I have Land Creeks with Tension, so if I have at least 1 impending card, which I do, I get to add 1 Quake. Quake token. Let's go. Kind of adding too many over here, but that's okay. Let's start moving them towards the coast, I guess. Then I also defend 1 per impending card that I have, so this is going to be defended 3 up in A7. And that's all I got. Cool. So next I'm going to go to an event. I've got interacting, oh, my typo is weird, interacting discoveries. On each board, choose a sacred site, gather 1 explorer into its land, and add an additional explorer. Yeah, that's not bad actually. That'll make it easier to deal with A1 next turn for sure. Then, actually, sorry, I'm not in stage 1 anymore. I'm in stage 2. So it's increasing aggression. Invaders do +1 damage per land when ravaging, which is fine. Oh, I didn't do anything about this land. Oops. I was supposed to. I think I gathered from here. I guess instead I'll just gather from there. That's okay. On each board, add 1 disease to the jungle or wetland with the most towns and cities. Towns or cities. Minimum of 1. No, that's going to be cleared out, so it's fine. 10 the land. On each board, remove 1 blight from a land with at least 2 Dahan. Unfortunately, I've got 1 Dahan in both my blighted lands, so I don't get that. No fear card yet. So let's go to the Ravage. They are going to blight successfully in A8. It's okay. Then they're going to do 4 damage here. I'm defending 3, so 1 Dahan will take a damage. But then they'll fight back. Get me another fear card. That's that. Build in Coastal. Explore in Sands. And I'm going to put the escalation here because I'm going to destroy adjacent towns anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright, cool. So that worked out alright. Let's go to the slow power phase. I've just got Inspire Winding Dance. So where do I want to be inspired? Let's see if I'm going to push this guy out of A1. Well, do I need to stop a build? I don't know. It doesn't really seem like it is something I'm in danger of. Let's just push that guy out there. I've got Quake tokens here, so I'm sure I can deal with the stuff that gets built there. And then I would gather Dahan here, but there's nothing to gather. So that's that. Discard cards. Go back to growth. So I've already planned this out. I'm going to do growth 3. I'm going to go from top into here. I'm going to add 1 energy onto 2 of my cards. I get to reclaim 1, which is cool. Now I get to move a presence, so let's go here, I think. Yeah, that's probably fine. And then I'm going to get 2 energy on all of my impending cards, which will pay for them all. So these all go into play. I also get 3 energy. I have 3 cards in play right now. I have 2 card plays and can add another into impending, which I will do. I need to do Rumblings Portend a Greater Quake in order to hit threshold on Towns of Lightning. And I think I'll go ahead and throw Walls of Rock and Thorn and Gift of Seismic Energy into my impending cards, right? Let's see. How much fire do I have? I have 3 fire. I don't have 5 cards in play, though. Missing thresholds on stuff, but it's fine, I think. Right? Like I said, this is a learning game. Learning how to play this, learning as I go. So yeah, let's put both of these into my impending cards. I'll put 1 energy on Walls of Rock and Thorn, I think. That way I can choose to play them both at the same time if I want to next turn. And that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I got my impending cards up there, active cards down here. Let's go into fast powers. So first up, I'm going to do Talons of Lightning onto a 2. It's 3 fear, 5 damage, and I have a threshold. I have 3 fire and 3 air, so destroy 1 town in each adjacent land. Just 2 more fear. Then I've got Resounding Footfalls and Resounding Footfalls Sow Dismay. So it adds a quake, does fear. Let's see, I want to do that, I think, here, because I'm going to defend this land. 2. So let's see, I got a fear for that. That pushes me into Terra level 2, so if I can kill the 2 towns that are left on the board, I win. Seems like I should do that next turn, so that should be not a problem, really. So that was Talons of Lightning, Resounding Footfall, Sow Dismay. I'm going to do Land Creeks with Tension. So let's do a Quake token here. Yeah, let's do it there. Yeah, it's fine. The Han should fight back and take everything out there. So if I have at least 1 impending card, add 1 Quake token to one of my lands, and one of my lands defend 1 per impending card, which is 2. So defend 2 here in a 1. And I don't have 3 impending cards, so I can't get the next level. I do, however, have the last level, so I can defend 1 again, so this is actually defended 4. And that's fine. So any extra damage they get from an event shouldn't matter. Cool. So that's all my fast powers. Oh, I also have Rumblings, Portent, and Greater Quake. So if I have at least as many impending cards as power cards in play, I don't, so that's fine. But I can push up to 3 to Han. So let's push these 3 to Han. Or 2 to Han. Over there. That's cool. I'll have to remember how that card works next time I play this guy. Alright, so now we go to an event. I've still got a healthy island. Sprawl Contained by the Wild. Add 1 Wilds token to a land without invaders. Awesome. So let's see, what's likely coming up? Sands is not coming up. Could be wetlands, could be mountains. I think just because I don't want to have to worry about that wetlands. Let's throw it there. And then build in the land with the most towns and cities, minimum 1. So I'm just going to do that here. Move that token. Explorer's Blunder. On each land, destroy 2 explorers among lands with beasts. And lay ambushes. During Ravage, the Han deal damage at the same time as the invaders. Awesome. 2 fear cards, 3 fear cards, Terra level 2. Possible that I will just win right now with these 3 Terra level 2 fear cards. Each player removes 1 explorer or town from a coastal land. Sure. Immigration accelerates. Explore does not affect coastal lands. Lands with, well, I don't have any disease, but they wouldn't be a source of invaders when exploring. Quarantine is a great card. And then tread carefully. Each player may choose a land with Dahan or adjacent to at least 3 Dahan. Invaders do not ravage there this turn. Not very helpful. So I'm just not choosing a land. Go to the Ravage. They're going to Ravage here, do 0 damage. Dahan will fight back and destroy that Explorer. Build in Sands. and then explore mountains. Chose wrong, but that's alright. I do also get the escalation town, which I'll put, which unfortunately I don't have a great place for. So wherever I put it, well, could do another Talons of Lightning maybe. So I'll put it next to this inner place. So I'm going to do it there. Yeah, that should be fine. Now I go to slow powers, so I do have a couple here. So let's go with Radiating Tremors. So I can do 2 damage and then push any number of Quake tokens, dividing them up as evenly as possible. So let's do that. Do that over here in A8. So 2 damage. Push these Quake tokens. Yeah, I think that's fine. Now I have Earth Shudders Building Fall. I just have the first level again, so 2 damage per Quake token in a land to lands with towns and cities only. Maybe I should have done it somewhere else, because I can kill that town with Walls of Rock and Thorn. Although really, if I can play Thresholded Talons of Lightning next turn, I win. So I'm not going to get to 3 card plays, though. Tricky, actually. Okay, this is a very interesting spirit. I like it a lot. Yeah, so if I'm not going to Threshold that, I'm going to redo this slightly. No, I'm not. I'm gonna stick with that. That's fine. Yeah, it's okay. Any element. Oh, actually, the any element would do it. But I need to reclaim for that stuff. So yeah, not gonna happen. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So now I have Earth Shudders Buildings Fall. Target a land with Quake tokens. Let's just do it here. So I can do 2 damage per. And kill that guy. Alright, that's my turn. Discard cards. Go back to growth. I could reclaim here. I don't think that I need to. I can defend a 4 just fine. And set up for winning next turn, probably. So yeah, let's yeah, so I'll hold off on triggering those from happening. So let's add a presence, gain a power card. I'm gonna go from top and get that 4 energy. I'm just gonna gain another major, so let's do that first. Dream of the Untouched Land, where yeah, remove up to 3 blight and up to 3 health worth invaders. Pretty good. Also pretty easy for me to threshold if I wanted to do something silly. Yeah, I mean that's the one I'm getting. The others don't interest me as much. So let's go Dream of the Untouched Land. I'll just forget. Rumblings Portend Degrader Quake, really? I don't want that. I'll do Radiating Tremors from discard. I'm gonna go from top. Put this guy, really doesn't matter. So let's go here. So I have a Sacred Site targeting everything. I can also move stuff, so that's fine. I think I've just won this game really. So actually, yeah. So instead of going top, I'm gonna go bottom. No, that doesn't help me. What am I doing? I'm gonna stick with top. 4 energy. I get 2 energy on both of my impending cards. I'm going to play Dream of the Untouched Land and Inspire a Winding Dance. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to use my any element as an earth so that I have 3 earth. That way I can do the highest level of land creeks with tension, so I can just defend this land 6, actually 4. I get to add some quake tokens. A quake token, I should say. Let's go there. And then Dream of the Untouched Land, so remove up to 3 blight and 3 health worth of invaders. I'm just going to do it right here. And that's that. So now we go to an event. I've got Strip the Land Bear. Towns do +1 damage from ravaging. After a ravage action and exploit, remove 1 explorer and 1 town from a ravaged land. And then Virulence among close packed homes. On each board, add 1 disease to the inland land with most towns and cities. Right here. Offerings of Story and Season. Each spirit with at least 3 to Hong among its lands, which I don't have. Gains 1 energy and reclaims a card. Alright. No fear cards. Ravage happens. This is defended 4. They're doing 4 damage. The 1 Dahan will fight back, killing that town. And I'm in terror level 2, and there are no towns on the board. Ravage action is done. So that means that I win this game. So that was a fun one. I can see, because I definitely did not optimize the spirit whatsoever. Still had a very easy win over Brandenburg Prussia 4, so I can see how people are seeing this spirit as pretty busted. I'm sure there are a lot of ways to optimize this spirit to just absolutely dominate the invaders once you get to the higher levels of Earth Shudders, Buildings Fall. Yeah, that's pretty good. So especially when you can target every land with that, that's pretty crazy. So let me go ahead and score this up, and then I'll give some final thoughts. All right, this ended up being a 56-point game, exactly the same as my last one. So yeah, nice. It was a fun one. This spirit is pretty good, pretty strong. Like I was saying before, I can see how there are ways to absolutely make this spirit completely busted. I didn't feel like I was under much pressure this game. Gave up a couple ravages, a couple blights, but that was fine. I was never in danger of getting to a blighted island, and really was in control the entire time. Maybe the game with Hearth Vigil I felt even more control than this one, but I feel like this one has a lot more potential to play better. I am excited to play the spirit against higher difficulty adversaries and see what's going on with them. And I'll play around with them a little bit, see if I can figure out the absolutely busted combos that people are talking about. This felt strong, but not, like, completely overwhelming. I don't know. It's pretty good. So let me know what you think of Dances at Earthquakes in the comments below. I've got 1 spirit left, so next week we will journey into Breath of Darkness Down Your Spine. That one should be interesting. I don't know that it's one that I'm super excited about. That's why I left it till last. But I don't know. People seem to like it, so it's a good one to end with. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see everybody next time.